Hi everyone, welcome to Geek Freak. I'm Sagi and this is the first section in the funk course. In this section we are going to talk about grooves that based on the basic hands position where my right hand is playing 8 notes on the hi-hat and my left hand is playing the snare, and I'm going to add a lot of 16th on the snare and the bass drum in the middle, and I'm going to use a lot of ghost notes. And ghost notes, for those of you who don't know, are soft taps that you play on the snare in between the accents. So I'm going to play for you a beat in 2 different versions. The first one will be more louder and heavier, and will have a more rocky feel. And the second version will have more funky feel, and I'm going to use accents on the hi-hat, and I'm going to use ghost notes on the snare. All right, so this is version number 1. So as you can see, I played all the 8 notes loud. I used an open hi-hat, and I played all the 8 notes even. And also on the snare, I used the same volume for all the notes, right? And that creates a heavy sound, a heavy feel, and a more rocky feel, right? And now the second version. So as you can see, I played the same beat in both of the versions, but they sound completely different. And that's because in the second version, I used accents on the downbeats, on the hi-hat, right? And I played the accent with the shoulder of the stick and the unaccent note with the tip of the stick, right? Like this. All right, and I use a lot of ghost notes in the snare, and I accent only beats 2 and 4, and all the other snares I played very soft, and that's give the beat a funky feel. All right, so I want to give you a few exercises to practice the dynamic on the snare to get the ghost notes right. All right, so let's take a look at the exercise number 1. So in exercise number 1, we have 2 ghost notes. Where the first ghost note is on the E of beat 1 and the second one is on the A of beat 2, and we have the accent on beat 2. All right? So make sure to play the ghost notes as soft as you can, which means that you have to stay very close to the snare. All right? So this is exercise number 1. All right, so exercise number 2, we have 2 ghost notes in a row on the E of beat 1 and also on the end of beat 1 together with the hi-hat. All right, so this is exercise number 2. In exercise number 3, we have the ghost note on the A of beat 1, which is right before the accent on beat 2. And this one is a bit more difficult. You have to play the ghost notes, and then you have the accent right away. All right, so play it very slow at the beginning. exercise number 4. In this exercise, we have the ghost note on the E of beat 3, which is right after the accent on beat 2. So you have to play the accent note first, and then you have to stay very close to the snare to play the soft tap. All right, so it's an accent snare and then a soft tap. All right, so this is exercise number 4. All right, the last exercise, exercise number 5, we have, again, 2 ghost notes in a row on the end of beat 2 and on the out of beat 2. All right, this is exercise number 5. All right, so now I'm going to show you how you can apply all these elements together in a beat. So we have accents on the hi-hat, we have the ghost notes on the snare with the bass drum and everything. And this is beat number 1 from this section. We have also fills to practice in this section, and the fills also combined ghost notes and accents on the snare and the toms, and I'll play for you fill number 1. You can also use the ride for these beats, and you can separate the accents and the unaccent notes. You can play the accent on the bell of the cymbal and the unaccent note on the ride, right, like this. All right, so let me play for you the same beat, beat number 1, and I use the ride cymbal this time. Okay, so this is beat number 1 with the ride. Alright, so that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. We have also funky loops that you can play along to, so don't forget to use them. Have fun, and I'll see you again soon.